So, friends, a railway station that remains crowded throughout the day starts to feel deserted and eerie at night. The empty platform in the darkness, the tracks glimmering under dim lights, and the distant sound of an approaching train create a strange atmosphere. This is the story of Begumpur railway station. During the day, this station is as busy as any other railway station. Trains come and go every hour. Passengers rush across the platforms, and announcements echo all around. But as the sun sets and darkness falls, the station begins to feel like it belongs to another world. At night, no train stops here. All trains pass through the station at high speed, as if afraid to touch something lurking there. No one even glances toward platform number 3 because the locals say that someone else is present there, someone who is still trying to catch their last train. About 5 years ago, a tragic accident occurred at this very station. Since then, strange things started happening. This is the story of a railway station where no one dares to stay late at night. You may consider it a rumor or just an old folktale, but this story is based on events experienced firsthand by a railway employee named Ajay. If you ever stand alone on platform number 3 at night, you might feel the same thing Ajay did. Ajay was a railway employee who had worked for Indian Railways for the past 12 years. A few months ago, he was transferred to Begumpur railway station as a railway traffic controller. His duty was to lock up the station office after the last train had passed. He had become so skilled at his job that he had grown accustomed to being alone at night. But some things still made him uneasy. The station was a bit far from the city, so after 11 p.m. very few people were seen around. However, there were rumors among some employees and locals that strange things happened on platform number 3 after midnight. Some claimed to have seen a shadowy figure, while others heard footsteps. One day, Ajay asked his colleague Ramesh, "Are these stories about platform number 3 true? Or are people just messing around?" Ramesh chuckled and replied, "Bro, I haven't seen anything myself, but many people have felt something weird. There was a guard once who swore he saw a man sitting on platform number 3, but when he went closer, no one was there. And this didn't happen just once. Many have said something's off here." Ajay didn't pay much attention. He didn't believe in ghost stories, thinking that darkness and fatigue played tricks on people's minds. But little did he know that he would soon confront this mystery himself. A few years ago, Ravi, a government employee, used to travel daily on the 8:30 p.m. train. But one day he got delayed at work. His wife called to say they had guests at home, so he was in a hurry to return. By the time he reached the station, the train had already started moving. In his rush, he tried to board but slipped on the wet platform and fell onto the tracks. Losing his balance, he was crushed under the train. The accident happened at 10:30 p.m., witnessed by an elderly tea vendor. According to him, the train guard and some passengers rushed to help, but it was too late. After this incident, rumors spread that Ravi's spirit still wandered on platform number 3. Many passengers reported seeing a man sitting there at night, only for him to disappear when approached. Some even claimed to see a shadowy figure in white standing on the tracks after a train passed. But Ajay didn't believe any of this until one night when he was alone on duty. Usually 2 employees were present, but that night, Ramesh had taken leave for a family function. Ajay's responsibility was to lock up after the last train passed and update the signal control report. At 11:45 p.m., the last train passed through platform number 1. Ajay checked his watch in the signal panel. The train had cleared the track. A few minutes later, the engine's light appeared in the distance, and the train's whistle echoed. As soon as the train passed, Ajay sighed in relief. Now he just had to finish some paperwork, turn off the station lights, and go home. But as he sat down to fill out the register, he heard voices from platform number 3. At first, he thought it was the wind, but the voices grew clearer as if someone was talking. He glanced at the CCTV screen, but the station was empty. Yet he felt like someone was watching him. "Maybe my mind is playing tricks," he muttered and tried to focus on his report. But when he started turning off the lights, he saw a shadow on platform number 3, a motionless figure of a man. Ajay grabbed a flashlight and stepped outside. As he moved toward the platform, a cold breeze hit his face. Where did this chill come from? He wondered. When he reached the platform, no one was there, but he felt like someone had been standing there just moments ago. Suddenly, he heard footsteps behind him. He spun around, but there was nothing. His heart pounded as he scanned the area, but the station was completely deserted. "This is all in my head." He tried to reassure himself, but fear crept in. He rushed back to the station master's cabin and locked the door. Inside, he checked the time, 1 a.m. He took deep breaths, trying to calm down, but he couldn't shake the feeling that what he experienced wasn't just his imagination. After that night, Ajay grew restless. He became convinced that what he saw and felt was real. He couldn't sleep properly, haunted by the shadow on platform number 3. The next evening, he told Ramesh about the incident. Ramesh laughed. "AJ, working night shifts alone has messed with your head." "I'm not joking, man. There's something there. You've been working here for a while. Haven't you ever felt anything strange?" Ramesh fell silent, then admitted, "Honestly, I've never experienced anything myself. But people say you shouldn't go to platform number 3 at night. I always ignored it as a rumor." Unsatisfied, Ajay spoke to some local shopkeepers. Ramlal, an elderly tea vendor outside the station, said, "Son, I saw Ravi that night, trying to board the train before his tragic death. Since then, many have seen him at the station at night. Some say he's still trying to catch his last train." Now, Ajay was certain this wasn't just a made-up story. He fell ill from fear and skipped duty one day. That night, Ramesh was alone on duty. Around 1 a.m., he heard strange noises from platform number 3. At first, he ignored them, but as the sounds grew louder, he gathered courage to check. As he stepped onto the platform, a cold gust of wind hit him. Then he spotted someone sitting on a bench in the distance. "Who's there?" "The station is closed," Ramesh shouted. The figure didn't move. He shone his flashlight and the figure vanished. Terrified, Ramesh ran back and locked himself in the office before going home. The next morning, he visited Ajay. "I saw him. You were right." Now both realized the truth, but station officials dismissed their claims. Their mental state worsened. Every night shift became torture. They constantly felt watched. Sometimes the phone would ring by itself, but when they answered, all they heard was heavy breathing. Desperate, Ajay sought help from Parvez Ansari, a paranormal investigator recommended by a local shopkeeper. Parvez examined the station and sensed an unsettled spirit. "This soul is trapped because it doesn't realize it's gone. It still thinks it can catch the train," he explained. Following his advice, Ajay and Ramesh arranged for a train to stop at platform number 3 at the exact time. Ravi had died. As the engine's light illuminated the platform, they saw a shadow descend the stairs, a figure in white slowly approaching the train. "Ravi, your train is here. You can leave now," Ramesh whispered. The figure paused, glanced back as if saying thanks, then vanished into the train. The whistle blew and the train moved on. From that night, no more shadows, no more voices, no more chills. The station felt peaceful. Ajay and Ramesh knew Ravi had finally reached his destination. Every place has its story, but some never truly end. If you're ever in a mysterious place and feel something unusual, don't ignore it. Someone might be trying to tell you something. If you liked this story, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.